Merry day, Earthlings! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Claire, a Filipina living my life and purpose here in the Netherlands with my Dutch fiancé. So for today's video, we're gonna talk about how I was able to successfully get my 90-day Schengen visa. If you're currently in your own visa application, or if you're just curious how it actually looks like, please do stick around because this video might help you or draw inspiration or give you a little bit of hope. I'm gonna give you a bit of a backstory. Me and Josh actually met on Instagram, as I told you in my past video. So after a series of calling and talking, we decided to meet each other in the Philippines for the first time. And we were also thinking so that when Josh goes back in the Netherlands, that I also go with him to also visit his country and meet his family, relatives, and friends, and that I get to experience Dutch culture. So that is why we decided to apply for a 90-day Schengen visa before his arrival in the Philippines. So what is actually a Schengen visa? It's kind of intimidating when you hear it. The first time I also heard it, I was like, Schengen visa is a type of visa that allows a holder to stay within 27 Schengen area for 90 days within 180-day period. So once you have the visa, you can enter any point of entry, like for me in the Netherlands, and then I can visit a lot of countries. You know, like for example, Belgium, Germany, Paris, or Luxembourg. So usually the purpose of this visa, guys, is for tourism, visiting family, friends, or partner, and also business. I must tell you guys that it wasn't actually a very easy one as for me. During my first application, I was so I don't know the process of it all. So I have to have guide from a lot of Filipinas on Facebook page and ask a lot of tips from them. The first thing that I did is I searched for the requirements through the Netherlands Embassy website. And after that, I gathered those documents. I must say the gathering of the document part is the most challenging. So it took me like 4 months before I can complete those documents. And so after I get to collect all of those, I booked an appointment in VFS website online. And so after I booked the appointment, you know what guys, also it's advised na mag-book kayo ng appointment 15 days to 6 months before your intended vacation. So yun yung ginawa ko. After that one, I of course attended the appointment, which I chose the Makati branch that's in Manila. I really flew there to submit my application, and then after I submitted my application, I paid almost 5,000 pesos, I guess. That's including for the courier delivery service. And yeah, I waited for more than 14 days in my part kasi you can choose either you pick up the passport or you allowed it to be delivered to you. And since I'm in Mindanao area, I have to have it delivered and wait for another 7 days. I waited for the decision, and it was given to me like 15 days and more. My first application was a heartbreak, although I was quite relaxed, you know, during my first submission of this application. I know that I'm also not that confident kasi a lot of people were saying it's kind of risky kasi hindi pa kami nagme-meet ng partner ko. The embassy are also quite strict in that aspect. And so, ayun nga, I am denied because of the lack of proof of relationship. Although I gave them the screenshot of our call logs and conversations and GCash transactions or PayPal transactions, it wasn't enough kasi hindi ko pa na-meet si Josh. And it can be, you know, they are just being alert. It can be a form of trafficking and whatsoever. So That is why I am denied. You know what? I cried a lot, and also Josh, of course. The main thing that hurts us the most is that we booked a flight ticket in advance, even if I don't have yet any approval from the embassy. So what's very much painful is that this flight ticket was non-refundable. The almost €1,000 was gotten into waste kasi nga hindi namin nagamit kasi na-deny ako. I applied again this time. I added even more documents. I included the employer's letter from Josh's boss, a rental property from his this apartment. So I applied again. This time I added even more documents. It helped that by this time me and Josh already met each other. So during the application, I was able to give them the proof of relationship where me and Josh met, the photos with each other, and photos with him and my family and relatives and friends. We're kind of confident already. Everything was set well. We gave all the requirements that, as much as we know, are important for the application. And so we did that, and we waited again for another 14 plus days, and it's still denied. Yup. And during this time, as I opened the blue letter, kasi nga pag denied ka, yung marireceive mo is a blue letter, me and Josh were very hopeless, and we don't know if whether we appeal to the embassy and wait for a year or reapply again and wait for 14 plus days. It was very disappointing because we don't know what part is wrong, you know, we don't know. But then the embassy explained to us that I did not have a proof or sufficient justification of my intended stay, meaning there's something wrong with my itinerary. So since my first application up until my second one, it has been a case that I keep DIYing my travel itinerary. So this was the moment when I realized, yeah, it doesn't work kung ako lang yung gagawa ng itinerary. We made a lot of different things this time. After the second denial, I decided we would change a bit of approach. Here are, by the way, the list of the documents that I've sent the embassy during my visa application. And here are the key things that I did during my third application. First one is we consulted a visa expert. We found this agency on a very reputable Facebook group. So this is JASTRAVEL agency. They are very great with their accommodation. They help me understand what the embassy is really looking for, and they help me with the documents, the basic or major documents that I need to comply Like, for example, my dummy flight ticket, my travel insurance, and my travel itinerary. It can be quite expensive. I must say, me and Josh were like quite taken aback with the prices, but we were so desperate, to be approved. So we took that chance and it was very worth it. The second one that I can tell you guys is that I added more strong ties to the Philippines. First one is the medical certificate of my mom and her birth certificate. I also added the Wi-Fi bills under my name and also a notarized affidavit of return home, of course legalized by a lawyer in my city, and my enrollment in a short barista course that will be starting after my return from the Netherlands. So I submitted my application one last time. Me and Josh told to each other that if this is really meant to be, it will be. We were praying a lot of, how many days was that? 14 plus days, I told you. Every day we keep on praying online, like when we were video calling. And, that feeling of suspense. And so, ayun na nga, that time na-deliver na sa akin yung package from the embassy. I opened it and guess what? Ta-da! I got my 90-day Schengen visit visa. When I saw this one in my passport, me and Josh was really jumping in joy, and also we also cried, and my mom was even asking what happened to you, and I told her I finally have my visit visa and I can finally visit Josh in the Netherlands, and it will be my first time abroad. So I was really excited, I was really happy, and we were both praising God during that time that finally, after a lot of denials, we got the yes from him and from the embassy. I know that applying for visa application, whether what type of visa that is, can be really frustrating most of the time. So if you're going through the same thing, I want you to know is that don't give up after one or more denials, because many people, they get approved after adjusting their application. And another thing, guys, is be honest and clear with your documents. Like, for example, with your cover letter, make sure you don't have to make it very like a 5 pages, of cover letter. Just make it short, straightforward, and also clear so that the embassy won't get confused with what's your intention with your application. Another thing is proof that you will return. Especially that every embassy right now is getting more strict because of a lot of people staying illegally after they got approved with tourist visa or any short stay visa. Give a lot of proof of ties in the Philippines or wherever country you are. Give it to the embassy so that they get persuaded that you are actually coming back to your home country. Another thing is seek help if you really need to, especially if you're a first-timer. It's very overwhelming to have your own visa application for the first time. So having those people who can guide you and help you, just like me, I joined a Facebook page and it really lightened the load. And also especially the moment I reached out to this travel agency, they made everything so easy for me and Josh. Never lose hope and keep your faith to God. Every denial has a reason. It's not rejection, it's redirection. And maybe before God will give you the yes, He is moving or He is making something behind the curtains, more likely improving you even more from within, so that the moment you have that gift, you have that yes, that you are actually ready with that big blessing that's coming on your way. So that's it for today. If you have any questions about the documents, how I wrote my cover letter, and if you need a sample of my cover letter, please do comment below and I'll help as much as I can do. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more videos about expat life, Dutch culture, and love across borders. Thanks for watching, and remember, if it's actually meant to be, don't stop until you get the yes. Have a merry day, Earthlings. Bye for now. Mwah.